I followed a Satanist on YouTube today, and it's opened up a lot for me. It's been such an interesting experience, and I've kind of gone down a rabbit hole with it all. I would consider myself a very spiritual person, and I believe that if you consider yourself to be a spiritual person, then you very much need to go by the motto, accept all, reject none. And I feel like I'm just the type of person that I try my best to take that to heart. Like the accepting all, rejecting none. I believe that the universe does not operate in black and white, good and evil. I believe that those are man-made concepts. My nose is running. I've talked my little ass off today, and this is probably going to be the last words that I say for the evening, because it's like as I'm speaking this out, my ears hurt. Like my voice is making my fucking ears hurt because I've talked so damn much. But I just brushed my teeth and the baby's asleep, and so I'm just sitting here in bed. My nose is running. It tends to do that a lot. I've noticed, like, as I've gotten older, I don't know if that's like an old people thing or what, but anyways, I followed a Satanist, and I don't know what that is. Obviously, like, I wouldn't consider myself to be a Satanist, but I'm very open-minded, and I just enjoy learning. I enjoy learning new things, especially things that other people are afraid of, that are afraid to tap into. That I love learning about things that carry with it, like, negativity, and just carry with it, like, a nasty, like, stigma, something like Satanism, right? And, I've never really thought too much about it. It's just kind of one of those things that, like, you grow up and you're just like, well, the devil's bad and God is good, and you don't really want to worship Satan, but there are Satan worshipers out there, and not good people, they kill people and do sacrifices and animal sacrifices and weird shit. So it's like, it's just like one of those things that, like, you just don't even want to go there, right? So, I don't know. I've always been, like, fascinated by that stuff. I like hearing just all the stories, but I haven't really done, like, a deep dive into it, or at least none that I'm thinking of in this moment. I almost did buy, because, I love my cards. I love pulling cards, and so, I almost bought one of those. There's, like, a tarot deck author that has created, like an angel deck and a demon deck, like a tarot deck. And, like, of course, like, the demon one has all of, like, the demons and, like, their names and, like, how to work with them and, yada, yada. And then same with, like, the angel deck. Like, it's got all of the angels and their names and, what they're for, et cetera, and, like, how to work with them and things like that. And I almost bought one. Like, I was very drawn to them for a period of time, but for whatever reason, I just never pulled the trigger and actually purchased one. But anyways, this girl came up, and she's known as the Mars King on here on YouTube, where I'm going to be posting this. And she considers herself like a Satanist, and I love it. She does pick a card readings, which, like, I listen to those every night to fall asleep. That I'm either listening to a pick a card reading to fall asleep, or I'm listening to history calling. So, because I love history. And she posts videos once a week. And so if she's posted and I haven't listened to it, then I'll listen to it to fall asleep. But anyways, I found her, and most of my pick a card readings are like, what do your guardian angels have to say to you today? And it's like, pick a card to hear their message, kind of thing. If you don't know what a pick a card is, that's what it is. It's a theme, and then you pick a card to hear your unique message. And of course, it works by law of attraction. Well, and most of them are like, all the angels, what does God want you to know, blah, blah, blah. And then she came up in my feed. And I think like the one that I saw first was like, who are your guardian demons? Or like, what demons are with you? Like, or something like that. And I was like, I've never seen that before. And so, like, like, let me go listen to this. Like, that's interesting to me. So I was like, let me go listen to this and just see what it is. If I don't like it, I'll shut it off. I don't have to listen. But it like fascinated me because, this girl considers herself like a Satanist. And, she's talking about how she's chosen to take the left-handed path and what that meant for her. And it just so happened it was the reading I picked on. She's talking about this. And, she and I'm paraphrasing here. Obviously, it's not like a direct quote, but, she's talking about why, she chose to do that. And it's essentially for, like free, in the name of like freedom and liberation. And it's almost like, Satan is almost like this mascot for that, right? He refused to serve under God, and so he rebelled, and blah, blah, blah. And so it's like this, he's become like this symbol for like freedom. And, like not, basically, I wouldn't be surprised if like the Church of Satan was created by a manifester at this point. Because I'm like, damn, like Satan actually kind of sounds like a manifester. Like refusing to be told what to do, refusing to listen. Like manifestors are just here to do their own thing. We're meant to ignite other people. We're meant to bring things into form, create things from nothing. We have a direct access to source where like, according to human design, the others don't. They do, but they don't. Not in the way that we do. So anyways, I'm just like, damn. Like, it just kind of got me thinking about that. I wonder if, like, all the manifestors are, like, it's like Satan. Anyways, because, we're rebelling. We're rebelling against the status quo, like, every day. Like, I feel like every day for me is some sort of act of rebellion. So, like, I totally get it, that, like, other people would... would like obviously like resonate with that, like come on. But anyway, so it just got me thinking like what actually is a Satanist? Like what does that even mean? Like what do they do? So like I Googled it because like I was just curious because I've never actually looked into it. I'm like, what exactly is this? And, that's where I came across like the Church of Satan. Now, I don't know if this is the same thing, but of course, like nobody's going to listen to this to even correct me on it because nobody fucking cares. But nobody cares. I don't even really care at the end of the day. But, anyways, I found like the Church of Satan. So I was like looking, I'm like, what is this? Like, what the fuck? Right? Like, what is this? I want to know. And of course, they've got like all kinds of like, Q&As on their website. And, excuse me, got burps. My nose is running. God, fuck. Okay. Oh, I'm like so sickly, I feel like right now. But I was like, I had to get this out. It was so important. Where was I? Yeah. So basically like the Church of Satan, from what I gathered from like my short visit to their website, because it just kind of blew my mind, honestly. So I was like, okay, enough mind blowing. I have to get off of here. But So most of the Church of Satan, like, don't worship Satan at all. So to me, it was almost, to me, it seemed like, calling what they are, which I'll get into that in just a second, because I've got to unpack this. I've got to fucking unpack this shit. I can't believe I've waited this long to even fucking talk this out to myself. But, I feel like almost like them naming what they are, this group of people, the Church of Satan, is almost like a smoke and mirrors to just fucking keep people away that they want to keep away. It's almost like, it reminds me so much of my repelling aura as a manifester. Like, my aura is naturally repelling. So like, my aura will naturally repel people and situations, etc., that do not serve me. Like, there's nothing I need to do. It's just a matter of, the only thing I need to do is just trust that my aura, like, especially if I'm ever in like a sticky situation or some kind of shitty experience or whatever, it's like I literally just have to trust that my aura brought it to me because I needed it. Because otherwise it would have repelled it and it would have never happened. Same with like the people that I come into contact with. On a, just when I'm out and about, it's like, if I come into contact with you, obviously there's a reason. Otherwise you would have been repelled, and this would have, this interaction would have never happened. You would have never even come into my awareness. And so I feel like that's almost like what their name does, because people automatically, it's like you say the word Satan and it's done. It's done. Conversation over, right? And so, but to me, it's like, it's fucking genius to keep people out of there and away from them that don't need to be there. I mean, sure, you got like people like talking shit all the time, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, nobody's gonna like fuck around with a Satanist, right? Right. I'm not. But really, it's just like a smoke and mirrors to me, in my opinion, to just keep fucking people that don't belong there out of there. Just shoo. But if you can get past the name, like, it's so fascinating. Like, they truly, like, it seemed like to me, they help a lot of people. But they help people that have been oppressed in some way, that like their freedoms or rights have been infringed upon. So like, that's where they would come in and offer assistance. Because, I remember when that whole like abortion thing was happening, I remember seeing something about the Church of Satan like donating money, or I don't know, they did something to like support the cause, before they, set women's rights back 50 fucking years. Like, they were actually doing things to like support that, not support that and not happening. And so it's like, they really do, like, they fight for people's rights and they fight for people's freedoms. And that's their biggest thing. It's like, they just do not want to be confined to like any sort of, I don't even know. Like, really just simply put, like, they're just all about freedom. And and it really justice, freedom and justice for all. Okay. And they don't even worship Satan. Like, literally, like, he's a fucking mascot. Okay. Like, they have no spiritual text. They have no, any sort of book, no, nothing like that. Like, like Christians, like, I'm a Christian. So like, we have Bibles. They don't have any of that because they don't even believe in that. Like, the Church of Satan, like, just go on their website and have a fucking field day. If anybody has actually gotten to this point and is fucking listening to this, just fucking go to the website and have a fucking field day. It's fascinating. But they don't even believe in spirituality. So it's like I could never be a member because, like, I believe in all of that. But, like, they don't believe in that at all. Nothing. Like, most of them would consider themselves atheists. Like not believing in an afterlife, nothing like that. It's truly, they don't even believe in Satan. They just use that figure as like almost like a mascot, is what it seemed like to me anyways. But it's like, it didn't seem bad or scary. Nothing I saw seemed fucking scary at all. Seriously. I was just like, damn, like, this is all that this is? This is all that they do? Like, why do people hate on them so much? Oh, yeah, because they're fighting for people's freedoms and justice and liberties. But it's like, I didn't know that because I never even, like, looked deep enough into it to find that out, to research it, or to know it until I came across this girl on YouTube. So, number one, I'm, like, so grateful because I learned something new. And I'm grateful, that I had a topic to dive into that, like, most people wouldn't, that most people would just stop at. But anyways, I think it just brings me back to, how can you call yourself a spiritual person if you reject things like that? If you're rejecting just anything. So, it's like making me think of my 𝗡𝗢𝗕𝗢𝗙. She's an artist, and she was one of the very first tarot decks that I ever bought was one of hers. She's the creator of the Wild Unknown tarot. And there's one of her, I have every single deck that she's ever made. I love her so much, but she's quit making them. But one of her decks, it says it on one of them, now I don't remember, but it's accept all, reject nothing. And I remember, like, that was such a powerful statement to me when I saw it, and I try to do that. But of course, I'm human, and I judge, and I'll judge a book by its cover. For sure, I've done it before. I'll probably do it again. But it was like, this was just one of those moments where it caught me, and I was so open. And then it was fascinating to me listening to her reading, because it just was not what I expected at all. And she even, like, spoke about that, of like how, people just they're just so misunderstood, and they misunderstand her, and it's like, they think that they're just like these mean people that do evil things, and like, people will come across her, and when they find out that she's a Satanist, like, they won't even talk to her, or they, like, say hateful things to her, and or think she's a mean and evil person. But she was like, but really, if you just took a second to get to know me and you were my friend, then you would see, like, I have such a good heart, and I love, and she talks, for God's sake, like, she talks about love, she talks about beauty, like, literally, her readings sound exactly the same as all of the other ones that I listen to, except she just uses different terms. Like, some people say angels, she says demons, but the messages still the same. So I think it's neat. Yeah, I think that's a good word to describe it. It's neat to me, because we need people like that. We need all of this, like, diversity out there in the world, because it's like, she has people that resonate with her, and they're getting this beautiful message. And then, like, there's people that don't resonate with her, then really resonate with someone else, and they still get a beautiful message out of it. Oh. I may be complete. Mr. S is tossing and turning. Oh, there's the sigh. And a belch. I think the energy has been cleared for this conversation.